and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of AlltheMons. We are back in the grand world of Deep Dupe, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. And I just saw this guy right now, so I am thinking of trying to capture him. I don't remember what level he was. I think he was... No! Did he just disappear? Bruh. What? Damn, I guess I hesitated too long. Which is kind of crazy. I did not expect that. Let's see, I think it was like night something. Yes, the Corvi Knights. I have no clue what they do, but it just looked cool and I was thinking of capturing it. But I waited till I was with you guys to do so. Looks like next time if I do find a Pokemon that looks relatively cool out in the open, I will do my best to capture it with or without you guys, cause damn, missed out on a guy right there. Things that I did in between episodes, not much, honestly. I have been very occupied with my schoolwork. Doing all the homework and assignments and everything, and then exams coming up. It got to me, honestly. I thought I was all good and ready to go, but that stuff hit me harder than I ever thought. But yeah, now we are here and we will have some fun. What? Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna have my guys get beat up just trying to capture that guy, but yet I still have not found an apricorn tree that gives us in yellow apricorns, so that is something we are going to have to keep our eyes out and about when we are adventuring, just because, how I said last episode, we did slay the withered, we did get some netherite or some ancient debris, so the next step would be to acquire some AlltheModium. So to do that, we are going to go on a little adventure and find the ancient city. But before that, I did want to show you guys a little something. So if you do have an ore hammer and you have your ancient debris, what you can do is just put it as so, and you will automatically double your ancient debris, which is pretty cool just because this is quite a huge boon to us, just the sheer amount of netherite that we are going to acquire from that. And then if we come over here and combine this, hold on, with some netherite scrap as such, look at that. We get tons of netherite really easily, and we still have tons of scrap, as you can see. Look at that, we still basically have 2 stacks of scrap, which, what is that, divided by 4? Let's see, that's 30 that we could make right now if we so wanted to. That is tremendous. Not to mention, just because of our quick trip over to the bastions looking for a damn netherite upgrade, I did manage to get a few templates. Oh crap. As you can see, I only managed to get 1 netherite template. However, I did find 2 a weird or suspicious soul sand in the bastion. That is how you get the vibranium. Just a little FYI, as you can see, it does say found in suspicious soul sand in bastions. So I managed to get 2 of these guys, so that's pretty cool now that we are actually a little ahead. But yeah, first things first is we are going to want a couple of these guys. Why do we want a couple? Well, we do need to make our pickaxe into a netherite pickaxe so that we can actually mine the AlltheModium. And then I do want another one so that I can actually turn this backpack into a netherite backpack. And then to do that, we just need to come to our toolsmith. I guess we don't have one, but that is relatively easy to make. So if we grab ourselves some planks, do that, get ourselves some iron, put it across the top like that, boom, smithing table. Yep, toolsmith, smithing table, same thing, it does the job. And then we toss you, toss that, and boom, just like that, our backpack has been upgraded. So now we have a little bit more room, which is super cool. Helps us out when we are out and about exploring, collecting tons of loot, and or my case is whenever I'm mining, I am collecting tons of stuff. Next thing to do is check this out real quick. Just because I do want to see what we can do with AlltheModium. See how many ways we can break it down, see what's the best way. Because I do know if we mine it and we get the ore, or this, the raw, we can break it down into double. I'm just trying to see if there's a way to get double ingots or this stuff, which doesn't look like our chances is too high unless we go into mechanism, but I do want to stay away from mechanism just because I do want to explore other options. Of course, there is theurgy, which is relatively easy to use and it is really nice. However, I'll wait a little bit. I kind of want to go into Ortec and then we'll get into theurgy at the same time. So yeah, I guess we'll just test our luck with fortune and hope that we can get a little something. So to do that, we just toss in the upgrade template, our netherite, and no, you don't have to worry about your enchantments disappearing, so you can just grab it as such, and boom. Just like that. We have a netherite pickaxe, and we are now able to mine AlltheModium. One thing I did want to check is how can I repair this helmet? I know, seems like a little bit of a waste to put iron into this, but I kind of don't care. Just need a little something so that we don't die when we get over there. Let's see, what else do we need? Wool. I don't know why I got rid of that wool. We are going to need quite a bit of it, and let's see. Oh yeah, I died offline. I don't know, as if you guys can see, our XP is all gone. Did I die fighting anything? No. Let's just say I did not water bucket clutch properly, and because of that, I fell to my death. I feel like that's just my #1 cause of death in a lot of Let's Plays. I just miss the placement and then that's it. So, I guess, gotta love and hate shaders, or I don't know why my system freezes up momentarily whenever there's rapid changes. I mean, I do have a pretty good setup. Not to brag too much, but yeah, it kind of blows seeing that it'll lag up or act up sometimes when I'm falling, and because of that, I've paid the price. So I guess I'll slowly stop messing around with that stuff, but what I did want to talk about is that you can actually find the Ancient Kingdom using Ars Nouveau, just because using the Explorer's Compass is a little hard to do in the early game. Just because if we come over here and take a quick look at the recipe, as you can see, it does require 4 netherite, which that is not a problem right now. And then we do need some Enderium, which shouldn't be too hard to make. Let's see. Check out the blend. Yeah, just platinum, lead, ender pearls. That's not bad at all. That's relatively easy to acquire. The only issue is actually getting the recovery compass. As you can see, we do need some echo shards and a compass, and echo shards are obtained by slaying the warden, which isn't that bad if you have proper gear. However, we haven't made any armor, and we are going to go test our luck before we decide if we need some proper armor. So one of the main reasons why we are heading over in this direction is because, what are you? What is that? Clef key? It has a key. Interesting. But yeah, Ars Nouveau. Kind of forgot what I was gonna go into. So, I did use Ars to make this little wayfinder, and it is bound to the Ancient Kingdom, so it's gonna point me in the direction of where I can find it. If you're wondering how you can acquire one of these guys, you can do so relatively easy using Ritual Brazier, which I'll show you guys in a moment. Let me just get some more wool. Okay, cool. So, if you use or make this tablet of locate structure, and to make that, you are going to need some archwood, vexing archwood to be exact, aka the purple, one compass, one source gem, and a wayfinder, which is just made with some gold and amethyst. But if you right click this guy onto the ritual brazier from last episode, and if you toss one deep slate brick onto it, and then you right click it with an empty hand, it'll automatically make you the bound wayfinder that'll point towards the ancient city. So if you're wondering how to do that, that's probably the best bet, just because that is the easiest early game way of getting that, unless you are mining and then you happen to stumble upon it or see it in your minimap, then of course that is another way, but I'm just showing you guys one way you can go about it. Let me just take care of these mill tanks, just because they do give us cow products. Not to mention animals do now, or these Pokemon do now drop sinew. So if you're getting to silent gear and you're trying to make stuff and you were trying to figure out how to get that, well, they fixed the drop chance of it. So yeah, that's actually relatively nice. However, I don't think I'm gonna get into silent gear this series, just because I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, maybe later on, but as of right now, I have no plans on doing so. So let's just keep on running. But yeah, that's how you use Ars Nouveau to get your little wayfinder. I do know that it might sound like I'm going back and forth. I do it quickly and a lot right now. That's just because I kind of didn't have a clear plan as to what to do this episode. All I know is goal number one, get us some AlltheModium, and then if we can do that, then hopefully everything falls into place, just because we will then be able to make the builder and then the telepad to go to the mining dimension. And then I already have resources to make a reactor, and then I have tons of uranium to power it. So yeah, that's gonna be my goal, using that to power our stuff. I do know that there is multiple alternatives to power our builder, and some of them may be more resource efficient. And if you care about that, I do have a little setup in my AlltheMods 10 series where I did utilize the emerald generators, or a few emerald generators, to actually power our builder then, which can be useful, and we may switch over just depending on how many resources we are truly burning through trying to mine over in the mining dimension. But first, I kind of want to get over here and click on this. You never know what you may find. Could be good, could be bad, could be doable, might be very challenging. And you are level 45. Among Us. I think we'd lose relatively easily, just because of the huge level gap. They are basically 20 levels up on our Charmeleon, who is the highest level out of all of us. So yeah, unfortunately we will have to pass on that, but yeah, that's probably something I do have to do, just because I did already unlock level 30. Leveling up my guys would probably be one of the smartest things to do. What the heck are you? Darmanitan? Interesting, interesting. Still too high of a level for me, unfortunately, so we will have to skip out on that. Let's see, how much further is this? Okay, pointing this way, 168 blocks. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. So that's probably something I should look at. Look out for. Okay, I am just redacted. I was gonna say, I swear I had my sleeping bag. And I do. It's just brain no worky, brain no see. Very unfortunate thing. Okay, let's eat. And then make a run for it. Of course, you gotta hit me. Okay. What's 190 blocks? So I come over here. Okay, I think I understand what this is getting at. We are technically nearby, it's also accounting for the height difference from where we are to the ground. That's why it's a little funky. Okay, so let's actually just begin mining down. This shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yeah. Do I not have a water bucket? I do. Perfect. So then, let's see. Hey, see? I can do it. I can do it, I swear. I'm not always just falling to my death. I promise that. Okay. Now, if we just mine straight down, we should be able to pop out in the general area. Hopefully. Okay, let's get rid of you. You. Okay, you're annoying. Thank you for having water nearby. Let's see, I mean, I enchanted this. What? If it breaks, at least we do have a backup, so that is relatively nice. And let's continue downwards. Hopefully we don't run into water on the way down. That's always annoying. But yeah. As I said earlier, if you're curious about the emerald generator setup where you can have automatic lava, make sure to go check out that episode in my AlltheMods 10. After all, most of the mods here in the AlltheMons mod pack do come from the AlltheMods 10. Just there's some mods that aren't there, and as for which ones, there's quite a few. One of them that I do know off the top of my head is Xylocraft, just because, or Zycraft. And that's because that mod would allow us to get a ton of Certus Quartz dust. However, I don't think there's a very easy way to farm Certus Quartz right now. Or let's see. If we go was Lightcraft, X, Y, come to the beginning, put at, whoops, at, yep, there is none. And then if we type Certus, and we look at this, of course, we can craft it with mystical agriculture. However, we are not at that stage. And then over here, if we were to put some Certus Quartz dust and some charged, we get some Certus Quartz. And then if we come this way, let's see, fortune applies. That's something we got to remember. Submerge these two to get two. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah. It's gonna be a little tricky to get into this. How do we make the seats? Oh, yep, it is pretty stacked. So it's gonna be a little rough to actually get into it, but once we do, it's gonna be super nice. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Let's hope for the best. If not, this is gonna be kind of bad. Ah, yes. As you guys saw, that's what I'm talking about when I'm falling and then shaders doesn't really keep up. So then it lags, which is kind of sad because then we fall and then we take some fat damage as such. Okay, 2,000 blocks away. We will all... We have not even moved. What are you talking about? That's redacted. That's so retarded. Okay. Now let's wait for the darkness to subside, and then we'll take a quick look at the sky and see if we can find ourselves some loot. So let's keep this on hand. We never know when that might come in help. Let's see. I did increase the cave brightness in the shader settings. If you were wondering how I'm able to see pretty well down here, and that is your answer. I keep forgetting that the new key to zoom in is Z and not C. so I keep spamming it. Let's see, what's over here? So we got 2 of those guys. I do have a little bit of wool. Let's make our way over, actually. Just makes sense to do so. Oh. That's so redacted. That's so redacted. Okay. Then if we do something like this, this guy will not hear from this direction. I mean, I could do that too over there as well. However, I don't really care. How I said, my main goal is trying to spot some AlltheModium while we are down here. That damn bat is trying to get me killed. Okay, let's see. Do we spot any AlltheModium? It looks so much like gold. That's the one thing I do hate. It's so similar. So we take a quick look. Whoops. AlltheModium. Look at this. Look at that. It looks so similar to it. Let's see. Press U. Okay, I guess that's as close as we can actually get looking at it. But it's so similar. It just has slight color differentiation on it, which makes me... Oh, you. I'm gonna slay you if you don't behave. Okay. Let's see. Do we come this way? Because I think that right there might be it, but at the same time, it could be some gold. I don't know. It's hard to tell when it's covered up like that. Let's see over here. That way, don't really see anything. Damn, that fire is kind of loud. So we got some gold and diamonds there. We have tons of uranium everywhere. That's pretty cool. Or uranite. I'm not sure if the name's different for Tech. But yeah, I guess we'll make our way over to that and see if that is what we want or we need. Okay, so let's see here. Can actually jump over here. Cool thing is we should be able to mine this. Ooh, look at that. Just like that, replenished a ton of our wool. Okay, just like this. And I forget, can you build across with this? No, it does have to be actual wool. A little unfortunate, but not too bad. And then, sweet, almost messed that up. If I shift over here, shouldn't be an issue. Vein mine that. Are you serious? Okay, oh well. Who cares too much? We don't want to make too much noise. That's just the main goal. Okay, there we go. And then I should be able to build them from here. Can I build with blocks or? Okay, I don't hear anything picking this up. You guys don't understand how happy I am to actually see it. Every mod pack that I've played, it just feels like I can never find the damn clay. It's always hidden and it requires so much mining out and clearing just to find it. So to actually be able to find one of these guys out in the open, you guys don't understand how happy I am. Look at that. There's one over there, one over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 just so visible. Ah, that just makes my life so much easier. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. I don't know. Maybe you guys have also been cursed with horrible world gen where you could just never find it. And then when you do find it, you only find 1 in an area. It's so atrocious. Man, that was just gold. Damn it. So now my next question is, because I see so many just out and about and free. Oh, never mind. There it is. That's AlltheModium. If you're wondering how I know, If you look at it, you can ever so slightly, you can see that the color has a little bit of gray and white. So that one too. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Looks like structure wise, this world kind of blows, but resource wise, it looks like we can actually find stuff relatively quickly. So what direction am I looking at? We are looking in the north. So if we head northwest, we should be able to find it. But in the meantime, let's go collect this suspicious, uh, the suspicious clay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I am happy. Okay, let's just make our way over. What? I swear if these Pokemon can actually summon stuff, this is gonna blow. Just because I don't want to deal with this. Okay, let's see. We are here. Okay, this does not make any noise. And we are able to get ourselves some AlltheModium templates. So if we actually come over here, even though I haven't been working on it, as long as you go through the normal vanilla pipeline and work towards things, usually you can unlock all this stuff without having to try. Oh, look at that. It gives us more wool. That's nice. And then we get an extra one. That's massive. So we are probably going to be leaving this place with 4, which is the most that I ever walk out with. How I said, I usually only get 1. And I think in the AlltheMods 10 gameplay, I think I went to 2, maybe 3 different ancient kingdoms just to find one. It's so redacted how hard it is to get some clay sometimes. But yeah. Okay. Looks like we're on track. We're at a good pace. Let's see. Just because this is a little faster. Those guys are a little annoying. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it was in this direction that I saw it. Okay. Ooh, so we have some shulks over there. That's a little unfortunate. Why are you guys... Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. Sweet. So then we'll just build out from here. Cool. Sweet. Let's see. Okay, this does not make noise, so it does not pick up on it. Sweet. That's one, and then there's another one over here. Okay, that's gold. Just got to be a little mindful of any mobs that may spawn. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we have one there and one there. Oh, this is so perfect. It just leads all into each other. This is exactly what we want. And I missed that. Kind of a fail, but... Okay. Just be a little careful there. A little mindful, if we must. Boom, boom. And there we go. Sweet. This is massive. Now let's hope that we can actually get a couple from this. 4? You know what? You know what? We got very lucky. We got very lucky. I cannot lie. Okay, sweet. Now let's just make our way over. The only thing that I'm a little sad about when it comes to this is the fact that we still don't have iron spells. And the only reason why that's a little sad is just because I really do enjoy iron spells now. Before, if you asked me why I would get into it, it's like, there's a few things that are cool, but I truly do adore iron spells now. And the fact that we don't have it is a little saddening, but I mean, hopefully it gets updated and soon we will have it. But yeah, just like that. We got 8? Okay, okay. You know what I say to that? Let's head back to base. That's what I say. Thankfully, this does have a range of 2,000 blocks, so we can actually get over here super quickly. But yeah, just like that. 8 AlltheModium ore. And then got ourselves 4 tablets. That's crazy. Just because if you do want to make more, you do have to use some netherite ingots. So the fact that we actually got so many so early is a huge help to us. A very huge help to us. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure this can be doubled. Yep, with an ore hammer. So we can easily turn this into some more dust. Of course, if we did use our Silk Touch pick, now that I'm thinking about it, to get that ore, technically we should be able to take our Ritual Brazier over there, place it down, use a Tablet of Scrying, feed it one Deep Slate ore, wait for the magic to go, and then we might have found some more AlltheModium. So, you know what? Now that I said it, hopefully you guys, when you are playing, you do that. Maybe you are a little smarter than me. Or hopefully what I said makes you smarter than me, and you actually do it, just because then, instead of running out with only 8 pieces, aka 16 now that we actually made it, maybe you actually get to run out with, I don't know, maybe a stack on your first run, which is huge. Can I cook this with this? Okay, cool. Just double checking. There are some things that just get instantly destroyed when you cook it. I know it's not ores, but I just like to double check just to verify, you know. Trust but verify. That's usually a motto that I go by. And then I do have tons of cobblestone, so whenever I do want to get to building, we do have resources. I think building, I was planning more of a futurist type play or build. However, that's going to require concrete, and I'm not at that stage, so I'm debating whether I want to get into like some sort of kingdom or some medieval type builds, which would also look pretty cool. I don't know. But yeah, just at that, we got ourselves some AlltheModium. Let's see, what else did we unlock over here? Another piece for free. I mean, I'll take the XP. I think I'm gonna need some pretty soon. But now we can actually make the telepad, which is pretty nice. And I do think I have some ender pearls. So if I come over here and put telepad, I should be able to click on this. And yeah, so if I just do this, do that, grab this, put this in a little pattern, boom. Now we have the telepad just like that. We should be able to go to the mining dimension. That's if you place it here in the overworld. However, if you place it in the nether, then you will be able to go to the other, and then the end will send you to the beyond. As you can see, it tells you there. And then you do need to sneak right click with empty hands so that you can actually make it over. Just a little FYI if you were curious about that. But one of the things that I did want to make was this builder. Now that we actually have everything, this is going to be nice. So if we do this, grab 3 of you, come back, click on this guy. This should be easy because it's just 2 dye, which is just lapis. Or the easiest way to do it is just lapis. Get the machine frame, come over here, click on it once more, and just like that, we have the builder. So not only can we go over to the mining dimension, but if we place down this builder, we can actually start mining, which is huge. But first, let me actually put away some of this stuff, just so that we have a little bit of room in our inventory to do some other stuff. I may need that brush at some point, but now we can actually work on the reactor. But first, this builder will not mine unless you give it an upgrade. Which upgrade do you need for it? You need the shape card. And the card that I usually make is the clearing quarry, just so once it mines out everything, it just leaves it empty, which is very useful, especially once we have a jetpack or creative flight of a sort, just because then you can actually go down into the little quarry mines or holes that you make, and then scout out what ores were left behind, which I believe if we use the quarry, it does not mine AlltheModium, but it will leave it exposed, so then we can actually go down there and collect it if we find it. So a little FYI, just for you guys, if you guys didn't know that. And then if we click here, we should need some bricks. I do have a few. Click that, click here. Or was it shape card? Boom, 1 shape card done. Click this once again. I guess I don't have diamond tools in here, but I swear I do have Well, at least I have one of them, so that makes it relatively easy. Let's grab a stick, go here, clear that out, and go diamond, put one here, boom, click here, click there, and then boom. Now we have the quarry, which is perfectly fine. This just will fill up whatever is mined. So let's say you dug a huge hole down, everything that was mined up will be automatically replaced with dirt. Does it use dirt that you put in the chest? No, it automatically just fills it. So if you are looking for ways to get tons of dirt, I guess this could be a way. So you mine everything out and then boom, you could just remine it out for all the dirt. But since I do want this, I am going to need some glass. Oh, so I don't have any glass. Let's see, can I melt this directly with this guy over here? Yep. Ooh. And this is why I like the create little smelter area, just because you could throw stacks of items in at a time. But since we only need one stack, technically I only need to toss one here, give it a little moment, and then it is done. Where are you? Okay, I do have you found. But yeah, this is what I usually do whenever I need mass stacks of sand and whatnot, especially in the early game where I don't really have a netherite furnace and I haven't upgraded it to a factory and whatever else I may need. This is super easy. Just throw all the stacks in, give it some time. Once you see one turn, give it a couple seconds, and then hop in and grab everything. Just because sometimes it can burn, so you just want to be a little careful with your timing when it comes to that. Oh crap. Good thing we do have Silk Touch, because then I could actually just come back over here, do this, do that, and just like that we have the clearing quarry, which is massive. And now that we do have that glass, what we can do is make our little power cable, which requires... Hold up. Okay, I may be wrong. I thought I knew what I was doing. I may not. So let's get rid of that. Hold up. I do have cable. I forgot. What is it called? Pipe? Yes, it is called a pipe. It is energy pipe and from Oritech. Yes, this is probably one of the easiest energy pipes that you can make in AlltheMons and probably AlltheMods, and it has pretty good power transfer. As you can see, you do have a rate of 10,000 RF per tick, which is pretty damn good just because the beginning cable for mechanism is 3.2 RF or 3.2k RF, so 3200 compared to 10,000. So yeah, this has basically 3 times the ability, and to make it, it's relatively easy using only 3 electrum, which is super cheap just because if you use the alloy kiln, you could just put 1 gold and 1 silver and then you get 4 bars. So that is a really nice recipe. Let's actually make one. Oh, I can make 2 more. Okay, I think that's probably more than enough. And let's actually get all our stuff ready for the actual system, or the actual setup. So if we come over here, get some sticks, we are going to need 2, just because if we do this, hold up, I swear if you put these 2 together, you should have been able to make it into a basic chest. Oh well, it doesn't want to work. So let's get some planks, and then for the planks, I'm pretty sure it's just like this and that. Okay, am I redacted or something? Let's see, sophisticated. Let's see, where's the chest at? Okay, chest. Where is my oak chest? Oak chest? It's a lever? Did they change it from redstone to a lever? But why? I swear, it was redstone. So my next question is, these upgrades. So, to make an upgrade, yeah, they changed it. I swear, it required a redstone torch. I'm pretty sure I'm right. It was a redstone torch, so they changed it. Hopefully I'm not going crazy. Let me know down in the comments if I am actually going crazy or not. Because I swear, I thought I knew what I was doing. Okay, cool. Just like that, we get ourselves some oak chests. Now we gotta upgrade these guys to the highest tier, so hashtag ore. Oh, never mind. Ingot? Oh, that's not the hashtag. Ingot. Sweet. So then I should just be able to do this. Come over here, surround it. 1, 2, close out. Now gold, it's your turn. 1, 2, close you out. And then I think diamond should be the last tier that I technically need. So we do this. 1, 2. Let's see. Is netherite just putting it right next to it? Awesome. You know what? We'll take it. So just like that, we do have max tier chests. So we have netherite. Some things we are going to need when we are over there is, where is it? The void upgrade, just because then we will be able to highlight that we don't want any dirt, we don't want any cobblestone, no deep slate, no netherrack, and no endstone. As long as we can get rid of those 5 things, then technically we should only be able to pick up all the ores, no excess, which is going to be massive. So to make this, we are going to need one of these little upgrades, which require us to make some of these. I am going to need more than just that, but first let's just get this basic stuff out the way. So we have one, that's probably all we are going to need. The next upgrade that I highly recommend making is a stack tier, but first I do want to make a compacting upgrade, just because this will allow us to have a little bit more room. So whenever it is mining tons of certain raw ores, if they can be made into a block, they'll be made into a block instead, helping us reduce the amount of room needed to actually collect all the resources. Where is it? I lost it. Right here, compacting upgrade, click on it. That's one. You do this one for the advanced tier. The advanced tier, it will do the 3x3. The other one is only a 2x2. Just a little FYI, if you're wondering why I'm making all of these advanced. And then over here for the stack upgrade, this one's relatively easy, just like that. Boom. Come over here, go for the iron one. Boom. And then I guess we'll go for a diamond tier. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go for the diamond tier, and then we'll leave it at that, just because this multiplies the amount of items in a spot. So let's say 16 times 64 will get you how many items that can fit in a spot, I believe. Let's see. Multiplies the number of stacks. Yeah, that should be right. So whatever 64 times 16 is how many you can actually put in one spot, which is pretty big, especially that we actually have the compacting upgrade. That's going to be over, let's see, basic math, 64, 16, that's 640. 64 times 6, that's what, like 392? So about 1,000 something blocks, roughly, from quick math. I'm not doing the actual math, but like 1,000 blocks. That's a ton of ore it's gonna have to mine to actually hit that limit. So we have our compacting, we have our void, and we have our advanced storage. We have our chests, which are already going to be massive. We have our builder, we have the shaping card, we have pipe transfer. So that's quite a lot of stuff. The only things that I can think of is making the actual reactor itself. So to make the actual reactor, we are going to need a wee bit of steel, which, I mean, I have tons of, so let's actually just grab everything. Well, actually, we don't really need it all on us. I kind of forgot. I'm a little redacted. But what we are going to need is some graphite, and most likely some uranium. So let's grab some of these guys and toss them over here to cook. But yeah, we are going to go for a reinforced reactor, just because I don't think there's a basic tier in this version of AlltheMods. So if we toss these 3 stacks like that, those will cook and melt. In the meantime, let's come over here to extreme and then click on this stuff. So yeah, as you can see, there, oh, it looks like there is a basic tier. However, we are going to skip that basic tier and go immediately into the reinforced. Why? Well, reinforced can always be changed in size, which then allows us to produce more power whenever we so please. I know I'm pressing A on everything, I'm just trying to get this all done so that I don't accidentally let this burn. As you can see, I threw basically 3 stacks down and they all cooked nearly instantly. And we could do the same with coal, where we just toss it down and then that should cook up. Let me just double check graphite. Okay, cool, we can toss coal. Oh, it looks like we can also cook charcoal to make graphite. That is actually really cool and very useful. But yeah, things that we are actually going to need. None of these. Redstone port, I don't plan on using that. I don't think we need that. Tap, I know we are going to need a tap of a sort. Let's grab this steel or the graphite. Then come over here. This should be relatively easy. Toss that in there. Toss that here. Come over here. I think I'm going to need a little bit more sand, so let's actually cook up one more stack before we actually start getting into crafting everything up. What are you? A munchlax? Interesting. You know what I want? I want a Snorlax. I don't know why. That dude is just beautiful. We need him. Okay, I don't know why you are here, but yeah, so we are going to need a controller. So that's just a diamond, some redstone quartz here, some casing, not too bad. This is just steel and graphite with iron, not bad either. Making this is just using glass to, oh crap, I thought it was done. I should have looked. I just jumped on because I thought I took too long. The fuel rod, steel, graphite, some glass, some uranium, nothing bad. Over here, just make piston, redstone, some more casing, the access port, looks like copper, just more steel and whatnot. And then, I don't think we need this one. And then this one should be active, so whenever the reactor is on, it'll actually allow us to extract. And then this one's the passive, so if the reactor is off, it still allows you to extract energy from it. But I don't think I really need this one. I don't really care about burning through excess material. I will change the settings of the reactor to make sure that we are decently efficient. And just like that, we should have everything to get started. So, if anything, I could probably prep a couple blocks of redstone. Let's see, what was it, a block of diamond for one of them? Let's just have a few. You never know how many I actually need. And then let's get this made. So we will make a basic small reactor. Well, relatively decent sized, I would say. So we have 3 of those. We are going to need one of these, which requires piston. I don't know how many pistons I do need. So I made a couple extra. If we do this one, whoops. This is where it gets a little complicated just because I didn't grab extra iron. So if we come over here and just do this, and then boom. And then if we come over here, we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, boom. Toss you up here, spread it out, boom. Let's come to this chest and do the same thing. Boom, get 1 row, and then toss it over here again. So boom, get a stack, toss more, spread, grab, sweets, just like that. We have 170 blocks is what is said down there, which, I mean, we have so much more, it's just, we don't really care. So let's get back to actually crafting this. So we come back and click on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, toss that up there. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, we need 1, so 3 and 1. Cool, that's out of the way. Let's focus on these guys. So let's get a couple more. Click here. We need a hopper. Let's see. We need a chest. What? A single chest. Oh, this is so redacted. Click on the wrong damn thing and it wants to act up. Alright. We'll just do this. Click here, click that, and boom. We have a solid access port. Ooh, we are going to need 2 of these. Just so that they can automatically insert uranium and then we can automatically extract it as well. So we do this, come over here. We are going to need 4 of these. Is there any other way to make this? Nope. I don't know, I'm just checking, you know. May need more, may not. So we have 2 of those. We are going to need 1 of these, so that's going to require 4 more. I'm trying to be a little careful just in case I don't overcraft some things. And then we are going to need a controller. So this one's relatively easy. So we do this, come over here. We needed you. Boom. Then 4 more of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And just like that. That is 1 control rod and the control. Yeah, so 1 control rod and fuel. A way to put items in and extract. A way to tap energy from it. And then how to turn it on and off and actually see how much power we are producing. And then next is just the reinforced casing. So we are going to need 25 for the base, I believe, and then 24 for the top. So 25, 24, that's 49. And then on the sides, let's do some quick math. So that's 25, 25, which leaves a 3 by 3 times, or 3 by 3, 3 by 3. That's 18, 21, an extra 24, I believe. Hold up, do I not have enough coal for this? I swear, I thought I did. Unless I threw it somewhere. Oh, let's just grab all the coal and put this to cook and hope that we actually do have enough. If not, we might need to go mine a little bit, but we should be able to actually get this done. So, you know what, I think setting up in the mining dimension would probably be a good start for next episode. This episode, we got AlltheModium, and we got a few templates, and then I guess we could look over some stuff. So that'll be pretty cool. Let's see. Damn, some of that cooked very quickly. Should I grab it? Yeah. Don't want it to burn the rest. It's because it was 16. So we'll toss that down. Take a quick look at the rest of the stuff. So the nether, of course, place it to go to the other. Over here we have vibranium, which we can actually get this from the bastion. So getting another one's pretty nice, because then that actually puts us at 3. And then collecting vibranium is relatively simple. All we have to do is upgrade this pickaxe to an AlltheModium pickaxe, which will make it unbreakable, which is awesome. And then we will be able to mine vibranium, and then once we get that, we can actually turn that into a vibranium pickaxe, which then will allow us to mine the unobtainium. I believe that's the next tier. And then boom, we're basically done. So if we come back over here, toss this back up, I should be able to make the 24 that I said I may need. So that is what, 73? Let's just make a couple more. Let's see. This is now 81. Okay. We'll work with this, and then if I could turn this into reactor glass, I will do that, but I just want to make sure I have everything. As for extra stuff, we are going to want to grab the iron blocks so that we can use it as a moderator for the power, and let's actually head on over. Just because we actually have time, so we'll actually go in. I was thinking I might need to go mine more, that's why I was thinking of putting it off, but since we actually have all this stuff, let's come over here. Let's actually put a waypoint down right here, and hold up, J, or this one, come over here and put telepad, just so that we can just run around and not care about where we actually are. I do like the fact that they changed the color of the grass. So I believe this is either jungle grass or forest grass, which I like it just because it's way more saturated. It looks way more green. It's beautiful compared to the other stuff. So it's just, we don't need that bread. This revive, we'll take that because that will allow us to make something. Who the hell are you? Hold up. Okay, yeah, it just says biome mining. So yeah, we changed it up. Cool. F3G. just because we are going to want to see the chunks available to mine. I do like giving this a little bit of room so that we aren't exactly on it. So we are going to start here, and then we are going to want to go in this direction. I guess for our first mine, we'll just do a little 2x2 chunk mine. So this will be, what, 4 chunks total? So nothing too crazy. So if we come back, I guess I'll just put a block here and a block over here, just so that we can actually click on it and that it's visible. I don't really need it. Come back over here, and then grab these two guys so I can show you guys how this actually works. So when you place down the builder, you're gonna see it doesn't really say anything, and when you come over here and click on it, it doesn't really specify much. It just says, okay, where you are starting, what items you're gonna need, and I forgot the damn filter, which I don't think we need a filter just because we're just gonna mine it all. The filter is mainly just to tell the machine, like, I only want this ore, so mine me this ore. Hold up. Let's see. Is it hard to make it? Let's see. Filter in various situations. Make sure block only accepts certain items. Okay, so I don't think we need the filter at all. But if you were just trying to find only ores, this filter would probably be the best way to go out and about it. I don't know, we will test this out. Just because it's been a while since I last used it. But yeah, the clearing cart, the way it works is you gotta right click a spot, and then you right click another spot to set the designated mining section. So if we shift click right here, hold up, shift right click here on the builder first, and then when we right click here, this is the first corner, now select the second corner. So if we come over here and click on this iron block, boom, this is now selecting this 2x2. So when we do come over here, it'll have it selected, but what you can do is actually set this over here. So if we come over here to the offset, we are going to put -128, click enter, and then we're going to click on this. And then just to actually take a quick look to make sure we have it correct, we're going to click on this for preview mode. As you can see, oh, there's nothing. So let me do a little of this real quick. So if you mine this out just a little bit, come back over here, turn it off, give it a moment, click on it again. Let's see, does it turn on and highlight? Hold up. Why is it not working? I might be doing something wrong. Let's see. So let's mine this out just a little bit more, because I want to see why this is not working. Cool. So we have this done. We have this here. Open this up. So this is technically highlighting the area. We have a box. Okay, we do want it solid. Okay. Oh, this can we automatically void this stuff? If we can automatically void it, then technically we might not need the void upgrade. Interesting. Hold up. Let's see, let's turn this back on. So it's on enable. Okay, interesting. Let's see, there might be a conflicting with shaders, which is gonna blow for a little bit just because it did look nice. Okay, let's do this again. Turn you on. Interesting. Why is this not working? Hold up. Let's do this southeast corner. Okay, now it's working. So it looked like this was maybe conflicting with shaders. I'm not too sure, because now it's actually working and we can actually see it. Interesting. Cool. Well, thing is, now it's working, now it's highlighting. Now my only question is it actually going all the way down or is it not? So let's do this real quick. Let's turn it off and turn it back on. Boom. So it's only showing that. Oh, it's because I didn't set this correctly. Whoops, my bad. So this is supposed to be like 256, and then over here, this is supposed to be
narrator
of negative.
Narrates all.
Oh crap, what button was it? Okay, cool. So now we fixed it. Kind of forgot I set narrator to the native key over here, or the minus key. But yeah, so here this is showing where you are mining. So it is a 32 by 32, aka 4 chunks. We do have to set this to 256 because that is the max white height, or that is the white height from where we are standing all the way down to bedrock. And then down here in the offset is where we are setting like how high, or the midpoint of the actual box. So we do want it to be half of this, I believe, in the negative direction. Let's double check if this is working. Now if we click here, yeah, as you can see, the top is here, and this should actually expand all the way down over here. So if you guys want to take a quick look and test this out, what we can do is vein mine real quick, just so that we can actually see if this is properly working as we think it will. So let's hope we don't die here. Cool. Ooh. Yeah, I think these holes would actually kill us, so let's be a little careful. Okay, cool. Let's be a little smarter about this, so we'll do this again, and then we'll mine this side, just because I don't want to have to keep eating potatoes. Maybe later in the future when we actually have all for feather falling and where we don't really take damage, it'd be better. Yeah, look at that. Some diamonds, and quite a lot of them too. Since we have fortune, we can actually mine this real quick. That'll be a little bit better than waiting for this guy to actually mine it up for us. And then we can keep going. Tons of coal, which is going to be super useful, especially after we just spent all of our coal, which I don't even know what other uses we technically have for it. And I'm technically also mining down just so that we can get some of these resources and set up the advanced void upgrade. Of course, I'm going to have it off for a little bit, just because I am curious as to whether the machine will automatically delete it itself, or if we actually have to do it. So I'm a little curious about that, just because I always saw that stuff, but I never really thought it would actually void it. So now I'm curious as to whether it will work or not. You know, you never know. You never know. Okay, cool. So just like that, we got ourselves some deep slate, and then now we can get ourselves some netherrack, which is pretty decent, just because this will be rather quick to get down here, and then collect the, what is it? The end stone. So let's just keep going down. Okay, perfect. This actually mines both at the same time, so we can just hold it. Oh, that is so nice. But yeah, once we get this end stone, we can actually teleport back up, and then have this mine on its own. Okay, cool. So we got a few pieces. I'll collect a little bit more just because I think I can actually use this end stone in a quick little recipe conversion thing with ours, and might be able to acquire some stuff that we might have had to wait until we were in the end for. So let's see, how much are we at? Let's just get a stack real quick. And that should be it. Sweet. Come back over here, press J, let's teleport back up. Where is it? Telepad. Sweet. Now that we are back up here, let's get back to this side. Let's do F3G, turn this back off, move this up here. Sweet. So if we turn this off and back on, as you can see, now it truly extends all the way down. So if you were curious as to if we set it properly or not, using this little preview can help. Let me just open this up real quick, just so you guys can see. Always set this to 256, so this one to negative 128. I do have these at void, just in case it actually deletes it by itself. And then, as you saw, if you shift right click this, you will be able to select your 2 points, which our 2 points is these two. Okay, cool. Now let's actually put the chest up here so that it'll actually output the stuff in here. As for the upgrades, we are going to want a stack upgrade, we are going to want a compacting, and we are going to want the advanced void. For the advanced void, we are going to want some deep slate, some endstone, some netherrack, and some cobblestone. These are all to be voided. Let's make sure that's it. And some dirt. I kind of forgot. We are going to be mining a little bit of dirt at the top, like 4 layers. And then if we come over here, we say void always. Yeah, we'll do void always. We don't really care about this stuff. We can always make it and or mine it in large quantities. Let's see. Hold up. So if we do this, works in GIE as well. If we come over here, okay, cool. That will automatically delete it. Perfect, exactly how we want it. And then we will turn it off just to see if the thing works by itself or not. So I'm curious about that. One thing I did forget is a lever, but thankfully we can actually make that. That's massive, honestly. So if we come over here, do this, whoops, like that, boom. Let's put this up here. Okay, cool. Now we actually just need to give it power. To give it power, we are going to be making a normal basic reactor. So if we come over here, we'll put it like right here, a little ways away. So it's going to be a 5x5, so that's 3x3, that's 5, 5, and then just connect it all up. Something very easy and simple. If you guys played Extreme Reactors, you should already know how to get this all done. So I'm not going to really explain it too much, but basically you're just making a 5x5 cube, and then on the inside, in the middle, you could have however many of these reactors as you, or these fuel rods, as long as you have the control rod as well. But I am only going to be doing a little one rod, fuel rod thing, and then the rest is just going to be completely covered by iron, because that's going to be my selected moderator for now. Maybe in the future we'll change that up, but for right now we don't really care. And then you just fill up the edges with these blocks and or the glass casing, depending on what you want to use. The glass casing is more for decoration, so you can actually see what's all going on. So it looks like we do need a couple more blocks. So here I'm going to want the controller on these two sides. Right here we are going to want as input, want one as output, and then right here I'm going to have the tap, so then I can actually tap off the power. And then let's count how many blocks we still need to make before we can actually get this operational. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. That means 48 coal. Wait, no. Yeah, 12 and 48 coal. So hopefully we actually have that amount back at base. Hold up, what the heck was that? Oh, let's go back and see how many more casing we can make. Don't want to deal with zombies, so we'll take a quick nap. And let's see, coal or graphite. Okay, sweet. We should have enough graphite to actually do this. So shift click 13. That's more than 20, hopefully, if my math isn't wrong. Come over here. 1, 2, boop, 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 boop. Put these 3 down, and this works. As you can see, this did change, so these did gain a line at the top. So that actually indicates that this is now a fully working structure. And if you had glass here, the glass would all connect, so then it'd be pretty clear, and then you can actually see inside, which I might do in my off time, but I mean, that's only if you really care about looking at it, which you kind of don't really need to. And then up here in the control rod, you can actually adjust the percentage of the control rod, how much is inserted. So then you can actually, or by doing that, you will effectively change how much power is being produced, but it also helps limit how much material you are utilizing. So if I were to come over here and come to the inlet, toss this in, as you can see, it filled it up. And then if we click on, this will automatically start producing power, which is pretty decent for right now. We are producing 14 RF, 14,000 RF per tick. So that does exceed the power transfer. So if we actually came up here and adjusted this just a little bit, let's say we'll do 30%, let's do 40% and put change. This will reduce the amount of power. So let's see. Now we are going at roughly 9. So let's do. This is just going to be a little balancing act, basically, of me trying to figure out how much power I can produce, because I just want it at 10k. Basically, I want the max power being generated, the max power being taken out. That'll be pretty nice. So that was too high. So let's do. Oh crap, that was not good. So we don't want 40. Let's try 35%. So at 35%, it will be okay. It's a little less than 10k, which is not too bad. But I do want it at 10k or a little bit over. So let's do 33%. Let's see, what's 33% looking like? Come on, heat up. Maybe hit 10k. Okay, 32%. That's interesting. Interesting. Change. Look at this. Okay, so that's okay, not bad. So 10,000 and roughly 10,040 RF per tick. That's a pretty solid amount if you ask me. That's near the balancing that I did want. So then all I really have to do is technically connect this over here to this guy. So if we connect it like that, do this, this should be getting all that energy really quickly. This is on. And then as soon as we turn this guy on, it should be working. So we do this, boom, this will start working. And as you can see, it is going pretty damn quick. And looks like this is not using 10,000 per tick. Yep, so this is still going up. And this is using the energy required. And as you can see, it is going to work. It is clearing this pretty damn fast. And if we click over here, it does look like we didn't even need to make the filter, which is massive, because next episode I am thinking of making an XP farm, aka a little mob spawner, just so that we can actually start acquiring more mob drops without necessarily having to slay mobs themselves and or build specific spawners. And having one of these is going to be really nice, because then we could delete things that we don't really need or want. Especially since we do have apotheosis, it is going to be very efficient acquiring gems and tools from said mobs. But yeah, as you can see, this thing is getting to work and it is clearing really damn quickly. And because we added a compacting upgrade, all of these are going to be turned into blocks, which is huge because that's going to save us a ton of room. And especially when you get these guys set up in configurations to mine 5x5 areas, it is going to get a ton of resources, probably more resources than you're ever going to need in the early to mid stage game for all the mods. But yeah, just looking at that, it's going pretty good. And if we look at the power usage or the uranium usage, it is going relatively quick or relatively slowly. If we were to look over here, let's see, does this actually talk about it? So yep, right here we are at a 0.045 mil bucket per tick fuel burn rate, and technically 1 ingot gives you 1,000 mil buckets, I believe. So that's what, 250 seconds, or let's see, 20 ticks. Actually, let's do some math, just because why not? So if we do 20 times 0.0, let's round up to 5. So every second we are using 20 or 1 mil bucket. So let's see, that's 1,000 seconds for a bucket, which 1,000 divided by 60 is roughly 16 seconds. Wait, no, whoops, 16 minutes? No. Damn, really? Every 16 and some change minutes, it'll use 1 ingot, so this guy can actually run for quite a while. That is kind of crazy. It does help that we actually put the control rod to 32%, I believe. because that also reduces the burn rate. But yeah, if you guys want this stuff to work offline without you having to do anything else, all you have to do is come over here to FTB chunks map, and oops, let's see. You can come over here to the claim chunks. This is technically going to be mining a little 2x2, and because of how the map is oriented, it does look a little weird, but if we do this, we should be able to claim these 4, and then if we shift right click these 4, hold up, shift click these, that should claim it and force load it, and then we are also going to want this chunk that we are standing in force loaded as well. Why? Well, that is because the builder is technically in this chunk. If we press F3G, we can see the builder is in this chunk. The reactor is in this chunk. So without these two being chunk loaded, it is not going to work at all. I believe you don't need these 4 chunks chunk loaded, but what I do is I chunk load it regardless, just in case, so that when I am out of this dimension working on other things, it is working no matter what. But yeah, just like that, we did manage to do a ton of stuff this episode. We were able to go to the ancient city, we got ourselves AlltheModium, we got ourselves some templates, and with that stuff, we were able to make the telepad, make the builder, come over here to the mining dimension, and set up this little mining rig to get us basically an insane amount of resources that we are probably not going to be going to use all of for quite a while. Just because look at that. It does also keep compressing the copper. So this is going to just easily hold everything we use. Looks like some things do not actually get put into blocks, and that's a-okay with us. Not to mention we do have some draconium. I have never used draconic evolution, but I've always admired their reactors and such, so I guess we'll give that a shot in the series. We got some quite a bit of uranite, so getting into power will be easy. And one of the huge pluses of setting one of these guys up, besides setting up a XP farm, is the massive amounts of infernium that, or inferium, I believe it's inferium, not infernium, yeah. The amount in inferium that we can actually acquire from these setups, just because, oh look at that, that's actually AlltheModium. As I was saying earlier, this machine will not mine it, so it'll just stay there floating. And because of all the resources that we are going to be accumulating, we should be able to make some sort of charger and some backpack or jetpack. We'll see. Yep, we should be able to make a jetpack super easily. So once we actually do that, make a little charging station, we should be able to fly down there and be able to collect all that extra AlltheModium, which will help us out in making a cool set of armor and being able to craft some early game vibranium templates, just because whenever you go up a tier, it does use the previous tier, or like AlltheModium uses netherite, vibranium uses AlltheModium, unobtainium uses vibranium, so on and so forth. So yeah, this is going to be a nice little gateway into getting a lot more stuff. And how I said earlier, if you use scrying while you were down in the kingdom, yeah, you got a lot more AlltheModium, but if you didn't, and if you forgot, and you are now watching, well, this is also another way to get tons of AlltheModium as well, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But yeah, with that guys, we managed to get quite a lot done in this episode, which is pretty crazy. Honestly, I didn't really think I was going to get all of it done, but we got it done, and that's going to make me challenge myself for next episode, because I don't even know what we should push ourselves towards without feeling like we're speed running it just a little bit. So next episode, I guess I'll show you guys how to get vibranium and then upgrade the tools. Maybe do you know what, we'll do that. I think I know what we are going to do next episode. Next episode, I will show you guys what the vibranium ore looks like. We will collect it, and then we will work on a new set of armor, which is probably going to be the vibranium armor of Ars Nouveau, just because ours is real, is cool. I like it. So we will make ourselves an R set next episode, and we will also make a jetpack and drop ourselves down there and show you guys what you guys can do. So if you guys are excited to achieve a form of early game flight, we will do that. But next episode, I almost forgot, we will do the damn mob spawner. And then with the extra time, if we have extra time, we'll do the armor. Okay, cool. Kind of forgot what I was already planning to do. But now that I'm kind of regaining my focus, I guess that's what we will work on first. We'll get that mob spawner set. In the off time, I'll be getting all the extra materials and whatnot, so that if we can also do the armor next episode, we will also do the armor. If not, we will focus on the mobs, and then I guess we'll do a little bit of Pokemon battles here and there so that we can actually level up our guys to level 30. And so, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. And if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, tips, advice, whatever it may be, let me know down in the comments. I will keep reiterating this phrase. If you guys are good at cobblemon, leave me some tips regarding which Pokemon I should be looking for, whether I should be looking for fossils and how to find them. What's the best way to go about that? How to hatch them quickly? What moves and attacks are the best or regarded the best for each type? And or if you are pretty good at the candy system and seasonings and all that, let me know down in the comments, and or if you have any links and guides that may help, or other videos that you know of that explain things well, drop it down here. I will be sure to take a quick look at it, just because I think it would be pretty cool to max out some of our boys to do some pretty fat damage. I mean, we already have a pretty decent sized farm, and we have quite a few berries. So yeah, it's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger until I have one of everything, which then, I mean, I don't see what will be limiting me in crafting certain things. And so, if you guys are excited about this series and are enjoying it and would like to keep following along, make sure to hit that subscribe button, just so that when I do upload a video, you guys are notified, just because school at times can get very taxing and might restrict my ability to upload as frequently as I want. But yeah, with that guys, we are slowly getting into the quest book, even though I'm not even trying. It's just when you're playing all the mods, you do want certain armors and certain things, and that's slowly going to start pushing you into getting started in certain things. And once we are at a pretty decent point in establishing a pretty good foothold, I believe is when I'll actually start trying to knock all this off. But it'll just be basically another repeat of AlltheMods 10, just because there's just so many mods from that mod pack that have just been re-implemented over here. So it shouldn't change too much when doing some of the stuff. But with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.